Right down here at the bottom, you've got Part Studio. Right next to it, you have Assembly 1. This is our assembly view. And we're going to go to Front View. I'm going to scroll out just a little bit. I'm going to come up here to Insert, left click on Insert. We're going to start with Part 1. And these won't necessarily go in order. We're going to place some of the connections in their location so they won't go in order by number. So let's left click on Part 1. So now we're going to place it down close to the center. We need to look at its orientation. You notice these bolts, that's where the swing arms are going to go. We want those going in that direction, facing towards the left and right plane. They'll stay with the part that we fasten it to. So let's go and find our first connection that we're going to use. We're going to do the top frame connection. So we'll left click on that. Left click, place it here, and I'll show you how to move these around. So once you close that out, sometimes it's actually easier if you offset it. We've got different fasteners. So this is showing our mate connectors. This will just fasten it to the area. This is a revolve mate, so it'll revolve around that object. This is a slider mate, and so you get the idea. They have different actions associated. This one has no action. I mean, you can move it up and down, but it essentially just fastens it, and that's what we want. So we're going to left click on that. We're going to left click. I'm going to zoom in so you can really see. There are different fasteners here that you can connect to and different actions you can assign that to. We just want the inner portion of this circle. Different fasteners associated with this part as well. But I want this one right here on the top. And since I click this first and then this one second, it moved this part to this one. So all the stuff that you see here, all these tools are also listed here. So we know that that is 2.5 inches there. Let's go 2 inches of our offset. We want to do this in the Z axis. So let's go 2 inches. Now, if you hit enter right now, you'll notice that goes down. If I were to put this at a negative 2 inches, it would go 2 inches above. So it's fastened to it. And that's going to be useful when we attach different parts if we accidentally move something around. So let's go insert. Let's go down and insert our side spar connection. And we're going to go to left view. I'm going to click that again, and I'm going to rotate this. Notice how the degrees are mentioned here. You can also do that numerically by just typing in the rotation you want. So I'm going to left click this. I'm just going to pull that back a little bit. They don't have to be even. We're going to do the same process we did before. So I know I need the top part of this to be about 3 inches, 2.75 to 3 inches from this bolt. And that's just from the other assemblies that I've done. What I want to do though real quick is rotate this one more time. So I'm going to rotate this again 90 degrees in the top plane. That'll make sure when we assemble it, not that we couldn't rotate it after it's been assembled, but this just makes it easier. We can do it by hand. We want fastener, just that inner diameter. And now we'll click on this one, on this tube. Let's move this up and then we'll take our measurements. So I'm going to do my offset at, on the Z axis at 12.75. And that moves it up. It's going to be pretty close. Let's close that out and then we'll check it. Let's close that fastener out. Where it says show all, we're going to select max distance. We're going to select that hole there and this one here. So we're at 2.5 inches. I'd like to be close to 2.7, 2.75. So let's go back and adjust that fastener. And since we brought this up 12.75 inches, let's take a quarter off of that. So let's go 12.5 and see what that does for us. Now let's check again just to verify that we're close to that. And we may have to move this around later on as we add additional parts, especially once we get to the hoops. There may be some adjustment here on where these are located. So our max distance, 2.83, that's close enough. Let's go insert. Let's go find one of our tri-connections right there. Top view. I'm going to scroll out here. I'll rotate that 90 degrees. There we go. With this portion facing inwards. That looks good. So let's go to our fastener. Left click, inner diameter. Left click here. Let's look at this in front view so we can kind of see how much it moves. Let's do our offset. This will be easier to measure because we connected it here. Let's go Z-axis 6 inches. And that moved it down, so that means we'll go -6 inches up. There we go. So we should be 6 inches from here to there, and it shows us that. So now we close connection here. Let's see what we titled it. I forgot. All right, so this is going to be our front base connection. We're going to left click on that. We're going to place it over here. Let's close that out so we can get to the rotation feature. Let's go to top view. Let's turn this 90. There, that's what we wanted. Hit enter. I'm going to go to fastener mate. I'm going to left click on that. And then I'm going to come over. I'm going to go to isometric view. It's easier for me to see and make sure I'm right on the right. I've selected the correct one. Right there. Good. And now we can close it. And instead of going all the way across the screen, this is how this becomes useful. So let's start. Let's go insert. Let's go find one of those pieces right here. So we'll do part 6. We'll bring it up and we're going to fasten it up here. So I'm going to start with this one so that it moves to this part. So I'm going to left click, fasten. I want this part of the tube selected. I want the outermost diameter here. Those are connected. Now we'll do our offset and we'll go on the Z-axis. We'll go 2 inches. And that moved it down to where we want. Let's close that out and we should be good there. Come over and throw in a motor mount. Let's go insert. I'm going to go back to front view so everything's lined up. I'll scroll down until we see a motor mount. There's one. We're going to connect it here. Close that out. I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees. There we go. Bring that up. I'm going to zoom in. Fastener mate, left click on that outermost diameter, on this outermost diameter. Those go together. So you see our Z-axis is right here because we rotated it around. So now let's go 2 inches and it moved it into that part. Go down, find your motor mount. There it is. Left click, come up, close that out. Rotate this just like we did the last one, 90 degrees. Let's go fastener. Make sure we're on the outermost diameter there. I'm going to zoom in so we can see this one. Same thing there. Offset. We're going Z. You can see it here. 2 inches. Insert. Let's go down. We'll find a support tube. There's one. There we are. Left click. Close that out. Rotate this 90 degrees. Fasten. Left click the diameter. Left click outer diameter. I just want to make sure that's connected the right way. Yes. And then we'll do Z-axis 2 inches. Here, let's go insert. One more support tube here. Place it here, close that out, left click on it again. That's 90 degree rotation. I'm just going to pull that away a little bit. I'm going to hold down the right mouse button so I can rotate that around. Left click, fastener mate, left click there, left click there, offset, Z-axis 2 inches. There we go. All right, insert, go back to front plane. We're going to do our top frame connection. We're going to go here, close that out, left click on that, rotate. We're going to go 180 on this. There we go. Let's go around. Let's zoom in. Left click. We want this one to go to this, to move towards it. And then we'll do our offset. This may be a -2 inches. Let's see. See which way it moves. Oh, nope, that's right. Let's go insert. Let's do one of the tri connections up here. So there's our tri connection. We're going to bring it up here. Close that out. I'm going to rotate that around. Got to figure out which way I need to rotate it. All right, that needs to be face up. We'll go 90. Top view. Click on this. Let's go 90 degrees that way. Good, that looks good. So we're going to fasten here. Inner diameter. Diameter of that. That goes there. And then we'll do our offset. There. Move that one in 2 inches. Insert. Let's go back. We'll do part 7 of this. Right. Mouse button. Left click here. Left click there. Rotate this around. Left click there. Good. And then we'll offset that 2 inches on the Z-axis. And then we should be good there. Take this one, insert, left click, click here, close that out. Let's go up to top view. Let's rotate that. So that's going to have to be this way, 90. Now let's go back up to top view, left click on that and go that way 90. Left click, fasten mate, left click on this so that it'll move to this one. And then we'll offset that by 2 inches. All right, that one's in the right location. Yeah. Insert, tri connection. Let's bring it over here. Close that out. Come up, look at it from above, left click, rotate 90, go up here, left click, fasten, left click here, scroll around, left click here, offset, we're going to go Z-axis 2 inches, there you go. All right, that looks good. Insert, go down and do that front base connection. Left click there, close that out. We're going to rotate that one. We need to do 180. Let's see what 180 was. There it is. Fasten that. Fasten that one. Let's go offset 2 inches. Go, close that out. Let's scroll out here. All right, let's go ahead and insert our front frame tube. Insert it here. We're going to fasten this one. Let's go here. Left click that. Left click here. Let's go in 2 inches. This one may actually have to be negative. Nope, that was it. Close that. All right, so now let's zoom out. So this needs to be adjusted. Is this part here is longer than that. All right, so we're going to go 2.25 for this one. Close. We'll do 2.25 for this one. That should get it. I think it's going to be close to that. Yeah, that was it. Let's look. Yeah, perfect. Good. Yeah, let's stop here. Front view. That looks good.